What is going on, warriors of Tamaris? Welcome to the Theodore guide in Call of Dragons. Today we're going to find out if this hero is still worth it or not. We're going to check out some awesome talent trees, some WARPETS, artifacts, the best pairings to get the best value out of this hero. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. Like the video, share it with your friends, drop some comments down below. Without wasting any more time, let's help Theodore cook. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, today we're gonna find out if Theodore is still worth it. The simple answer is yes. If you want to be a cavalry player in Call of Dragons, then you need this guy on your roster. Let us start off with his skills and see what he is capable of doing. The rage skill allows him to do damage factor 1400 and apply a HP debuff of minus 30%. His second skill is going to give him cavalry defense bonus of 30% and a cavalry march speed of 10% for the open field. If you're someone who is low on resources, just get him to 5-5-1-1 and you are good to go. Keeping it pushing, we go to skill number 3. This one is going to be the garrison skill. Every now and then you're going to get HP bonus of 10% and attack resistance of 10%. A lot of people don't care about this that much. Going on to skill number 4. This is where things get interesting. The game developers are also going to be buffing these skills. I'm going to put an image here to show what this skill is going to look like probably in the next update if the devs decide to do it. The skill is known as coup de grace. It says each time the legion inflicts a debuff effect on an enemy legion via a hero skill, they gain 1 stack of Consul's mark, maximum 3 stacks. Previously, I think this one said hero rage skill. It made the hero a little bit difficult to use, but as of right now, Theodore is going to be working excellent with so many heroes in the game, and we're going to see all the pairings that you can use. It goes on to say all stacks of Consul's mark are consumed when Theodore casts a rage skill, increasing damage dealt by that skill. So if Theodore gets 3 stacks of debuffs, he's going to get 20% times 3, which is 60% hero skill damage for him alone. It is fantastic. Now if you get the hero to 5-5-1-1, you can still get 10% attack. I mean, you can still get 10% hero skill damage bonus, and when you have 3 debuffs, that is another 30% hero skill damage bonus for your Theodore. It is pretty good. And then we go on to the awakening. Theodore's legion takes 25% less normal attack damage. As you can see here, Theodore is the most defensive cavalry hero in the entire Call of Dragons. He's got a 30% defense bonus for his cavalry unit, and on top of that, he reduces normal attack by minus 25%, making him excellent for blinking in front of your enemies to try and trap them. So if you're going to be trapping enemies, Theodore is the real deal. He is the guy that you want on your roster. Now the simple answer is this guy is still excellent. You should invest in him and add him in your cavalry roster, and you should be good to go. Up next, we're going to have a look at some of the best pairings that you can use with Theodore. You have so many options to use here. So we're going to start off with Mr. Danfell. Most of the time, you're probably going to use Theodore to blink in front of your enemies. So I think that would be a good way to use him. Theodore is going to work well with Danfell. Danfell can apply 2 debuffs on an enemy. Okay, Danfell has this skill. He can apply debilitated and he can apply slow. So that is 2 debuffs that Theodore can use. So let us go back to Theodore over here. This skill requires up to 3 debuffs on the enemy. Theodore already has a debuff on his rage skill, and if you pair him up with another hero to give him 2 debuffs, he's gonna have 3 stacks that will give you 60% hero skill damage for your Theodore. So you have the likes of Danfell who can give you that. And then you have Farondil, who was built to work with Theodore. Where is Farondil? So this is Farondil. Farondil can apply cowardice, which is a debuff. And then if you look at his awakening, he's got a slow and he has a physical defense break. So Farondil alone can give Theodore 3 stacks just by himself alone. So this is pretty good. Farondil would be the one you pair with Theodore. However, you have other options. The next person you can pair up with Theodore is going to be Mr. Fulgrim. If you look at Fulgrim Awakening, he can put a debuff on enemies. So let's see. Fires a penetrating bolt that deals physical damage to the target legion and to another legion behind the target. If there are no enemy legions behind the target, deals physical damage to the target legion. But there is something here that allows him to put a debuff. While in the field, the legion gains 15% defense and 10% march speed. So it's right here. When public punishment deals damage, it also inflicts slow. March speed minus 20% for 3 seconds. So when you look at the rage skill, public punishment is going to do damage 2 times. One of them is 1300, the other one is 300. This is going to trigger this criminal underworld 2 times, giving you 2 debuffs that will allow your Theodore to get up to 3 stacks for PvP fighting. So this guy is another good pair to use with Mr. Theodore. Next one on the list is going to be, where is Sable? So this is Sable right here. Sable rage skill can hit the enemy 3 times, applying debuffs on them. So you're going to get some debuffs that will allow your Theodore to do some good stuff. The good thing with Sable is that she is going to bring attack bonus of 40% on the table. It should take your Theodore to the next level. Theodore already has very good defense. When you bring Sable, she's going to bring 40% attack. This is absolutely amazing. You have the likes of Nika who can, put a HP reduction on the enemy. Unfortunately, with Nika, you're only going to get 2 stacks between Nika and Theodore. So that's not going to give you the maximum. When it comes to epic hero, the first one on your list should be Mr. Alistair. Alistair has this cower ability. Yep, this cower. It can hit up to 3 targets. When it hits 3 targets, it's going to give you 3 stacks that will allow your Theodore to get up to 60% additional hero skill damage. We have this guy here as well. You have 1 in 3 chances to get timidity. Inflict defense break, which should give you a stack to use with Theodore. We're gonna keep this pushing. Who else can put some debuffs? We have Mogro who can put debuffs. You can use him with Mr. Theodore. It should work okay on the field. Who is the other one? Indies has debuff as well. And then you have Kinara. Kinara also has debuff. She has the feeble debuff. And then she has the jaw breaker, which is the defense break. So Kinara alone can give you 3 stacks for your Theodore to get as much damage as possible with his coup de grace skill. Nico also has a debuff on his rage skill, so you can pair him up with Theodore. In my opinion, I think the best pairs to use would be Forondil, should be at the top of your list. And then you have Danfel, and you have this guy over here. But there is another hero who is very, very good with Theodore as well, which is Mu Xiang. Mu Xiang also has a debuff over here, but I think she is excellent with Forondil. So if you're gonna pair up heroes, you're gonna go with this guy or the Danfel or the Alistair. I think those are the 3 that people like to use the most. When it comes to the artifact, you have a lot of options. You can pretty much use any cavalry artifact that we have in the game. I think you just use artifact based on your investment level. Just put anything on Theodore and it's going to work very, very good. I mean, the spring blades require some passion, so you're going to need another hero with passion to take advantage of the spring blade. But I think everything else should work okay on Theodore. It's just going to be up to you and how you have invested in your cavalry artifacts. In terms of the WARPETS, there are so many WARPETS that you can use with Theodore. You can use the Auric Warhound, get some good stuff. You can use the Blade Manticore, which should work. You can use the Berserker Frederick, which should work with Theodore. You're just gonna have to put him with someone who can get a lot of debuff stacks. However, I don't think the Berserker Frederick is the top choice to use unless you're gonna be using Theodore with Forondil. You have the likes of this pet right here, which is the Shadow Manticore. Shadow Manticore should work excellent. And you can use these two skills to push your hero skill crit rate up to 20%. When we check out the talent tree, you're going to see how these two skills can push your hero skill crit rate up to 20%, which is fantastic. You have this pet as well, the Barbed Manticore. This one should work very good. You can also use the Moon Bear on your Theodore. I think those are the top ones to use. So yep, so these are the pets that you can use. If you want something right away, you can go with this one, the Blade Manticore. However, if you have Ferondil, then it's a no-brainer. You need this Berserker Frederick. Let's check out the talent tree for Mr. Theodore in the Call of Dragons. Theodore is of Cavalry, Garrison, and the skill tree. The skill tree is awesome. And this is what the skill tree looks like for the Cavalry. This is how you build it. The 1 point left, I think you can put it here on the synergy just to get some more hero skill damage. So you get some speed, grab some speed, go all the way to the end here and get perfect ferocity. Your Legion gains synergy when they enter battle, increasing their hero skill damage dealt by 15% for 10 seconds. This is going to be excellent with the Unyielding Rush. And then you go all the way, you grab this to boost your Deputy. You get this to increase more hero skill damage. Here is where you get some hero skill crit rate. You get a 10% from here, and then you combine it with the two pet skills that I just showed you, giving you 20% hero skill crit rate. It should do some crazy damage to your enemies. And then you have Raging Tide. Your Legion deals 15% more hero skill crit damage. At the end, you go with Thirst for Blood, because your cavalry always go in, annihilate the enemy, and get out as fast as possible. You're not going to get the full value of caged animals. I think this one requires you to remain in battle for a very long time. So I think Thirst for Blood is the way to go. Now, if you want to be using Theodore with multiple cavalry marches, you can also come to the Garrison tree and grab this overall speed just to make him move a little bit faster. That's going to be something that you can do. I don't think people usually go on this cavalry tree branch, especially when you have the skill tree. This place is where you should be. This is the way to go. To conclude everything, Theodore is still worth it in Call of Dragons. If you plan on creating multiple cavalry marches, this guy is the way to go. The only problem used to be his 4th skill, but right now the devs have made some changes. This used to be, I think, rage skill, a debuff from the rage skill. Now they have changed it to hero skill. So any debuff from any hero skill is going to give you a stack. And the devs are also going to buff him with the Unyielding Rush and I believe the Elk Rider Wild Barrage. So when you're entering battle, you trigger Unyielding Rush, you're gonna get some stacks for your Theodore to help you maximize his damage. In terms of pairings, you have a lot of options. Number 1 on your list should be Ferondil, because they were designed to work together. However, if you don't want to use Ferondil, you have other options. You have this guy over here that you can use. He's gonna give you the debuffs needed to take your Theodore to the next level. You have the likes of Danfell. If you're F2P, you can go with Alistair. He works excellent. You can also use this guy, but not fully recommended. You have lots of options. Do not forget about Kinara as well. Kinara can now give Theodore all the 3 stacks that he needs. So she is another perfect candidate to use with your Theodore. Matter of fact, I think you should use Kinara, because I think a lot of you have her already at 6 stars, which is a good thing. She's gonna hit hard. So you can think about that. You have another hero here as well. Musiang should work great. And I think this is it, guys. Theodore is still worth it. The most defensive hero in cavalry. The most defensive cavalry hero in the game. You can use him with your Blink artifact to trap your enemies, especially when you give him another defensive pairing. That's it for the video. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.